Good morning, one and all. On behalf of Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Uddhav Bhosle sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Jogendra Singh Bisen sir, and Honorable Registrar Dr. Sarjay Rao Sinde sir of Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded, I welcome all of you to this Administrative Staff Training Program on Technology for Effective Administration. In this demonstration, we are going to learn how to create Google Forms in administration. See, when we have huge data, collecting manually and analyzing is a tedious task. Whereas with the help of technological tools like Google Forms, we can organize, collect the data in proper way, and we can communicate them easily. So let me share you my screen. How can we create a Google Form in simple way? Okay. So we can go to Google and then we can start. We can start simply typing Google Forms. So if we click on Google Forms, then it will take to the official website where you can see that personal and business. So go to personal and click on go to Google Forms. So if we click on go to Google Forms, it asks for sign in, because to access Google Forms, one should require Gmail account. So if someone don't have Gmail account, create it for freely. After creating account, we should log in here. For example, I have already Gmail account, so I log in with my login credentials. Okay. So once we log in, this is how the Google Forms homepage look like. For example, here you can see that there is a plus blank symbol to start a new form, or there may be there are already predefined templates are available. One can select if they require this, and one can edit manually after that. And below to this, there are recent forms are available. So if you have already created a Google form, you want to access that form later, you have to find that form here. You can find those details here. Okay. So for example, you see so many Google forms I have created earlier, and whenever I want to access that particular form, just click on that, it will take to the form. Okay. Fine. So let's we'll go from scratch. We'll try to create a new Google form. So click on this plus symbol. So if we click on this blank plus symbol, this is the how the blank Google form look like here. There is an untitled form. So we can give a form title here, and here also this is the whatever we are going to type here, that will appear whenever you want to access later. So that is the name of the Google form which you want to access later. For example, here I will write college information. Okay. So here we have given the name of the Google form. Now we will, if you want, you can give any description here. Please provide all the details. Okay. Then next thing is we have to add questions. So this is all about the set of questions. If we have, we can start adding different questions. So adding question is simply here by default first question will be already here. So we can give name of the question and we can start giving options. There are different types of questions are available that one can select from here, this drop down. Here you can see that short answer. Short answer is for expecting answer in a single line. Paragraph is answer will be in multiple line. For example, address of college. And you have a multiple choice and check boxes. Check boxes is for selecting more than one answer. Okay, drop down, file upload. If you require to upload some document, for example, a certificate or identity card, whatever, then we can use this file upload option. Okay. Similarly, linear scale is for rating something. If your question is related to rating, then we can use this linear scale. Multiple choice grid and checkbox grid. These two are questions of the type matrix type. So there will be rows and columns. One can select accordingly. Okay. And then date, for example, date of appointment, date of registration, such things. One can put date question here. Okay. Let's see one by one how we will use these questions. For a sample, our questions will be based on college information. Okay. Fine. So first question we will type as name of the college. Okay. Obviously this is a short answer question, and you can see that Google has this artificial intelligence technique. Automatically it recognizes based on our question, and if it doesn't recognize, one can always select from here which type of question. Now if you see here, there is an option called duplicate. If you click on this, this question will be duplicated. There you can make changes. Okay, that means it will be duplicated as a short answer question. And if you click this, this question will be deleted. And by enabling this required option, means that question will be marked as a compulsory question. So respondent have to answer that question before submitting. Okay, fine. So we'll make it required. Then now we'll go to next question in this. So for example, I'll show you. You can click either plus here. If you click plus, then it will be a fresh question. If you click on this duplicate, this question will be duplicated. For example, I clicked on duplicate. You can see that name of the college. So here I can change to address. Address of the college. Okay. Then here, because it is address, you can change to paragraph because it may be having more than one line, right? Then we go to next question. For example, I click here. Then this is a here I'll write here date of establishment. So if we write here date of establishment, for example, now you can see that automatically this date has come here as a question, right? So one should enter the date of establishment by going through the calendar, right? Then next question about college one can ask is, suppose, type of affiliation. So type of affiliation, so it is obviously multiple choice question. Suppose I will write here permanent, and temporary. Okay. Right. Then suppose this is about basic information about colleges. If we want to write about a principal, who is the principal of that college? So principal information, name of the principal. Okay. And it is a, you can see it is changed to short answer question. If you want, you can make it compulsory. Then okay. Next question is about email address of the institution or principal, okay, to contact. Then contact number, phone number. So these three, suppose we require about principal of that college. And next question one can collect about college is that how many programs they are offering. So it is about, for example, programs, different programs offered. Okay. So this is a different programs offered. So it is, you can select this as a checkbox one because your college can have more than one type of program. For example, I'll write here UG and PG. Then if we have PhD, if we have any, if that college has any diploma, or if there are any certificate courses, course, or if anything else also one can add by keep on giving add options. Okay. So when college answering this thing, they can select whichever suitable for that particular college. Okay. Next one can ask about programs is that total number of programs. So go to next question. So total number of programs offered during the current academic year. Okay. then it is a short answer question. You can say give this validation, either it is a number. So if we give as a number, it will take only 20, 30, 50 like that. Okay? No other answer will be accepted. Okay? Then if we have after going to programs, suppose we want the information of students. So total number of students. So total number of students on roll this year. So how many students are there? It may be in first year, second year, all these students, total number we can ask. Then we can classify further number of female students. Similarly, number of male students. Sorry. If you want, you can further go and ask about reserve category students, how many OBC, how many SC, ST, how many are from open. Such things we can keep on adding regarding students information. After students information, we can ask for teachers information. So for example, how many different types of teachers are available. So teachers appointment is, suppose if I say through regular or permanent. Okay, regular or permanent, or suppose contract basis, contractual, or CHP. So whoever teachers from this, you can select accordingly. Then we can ask for total number of teachers in that college. Okay, in this way we can ask about teacher information. If we want, we can ask about other information about, for example, from within state, outside state, or reserve category. All such things one can add. Now moving to next information regarding any college is about NAC information. Suppose whether NAC accredited college. If there are some spelling mistakes, I'm sorry, we are in hurry. So if it is whether NAC accredited college, options are yes or no. So if it is yes, we can ask more questions. So if yes, then grade. One can ask for grade of NAC accreditation. Okay. So NAC grade one can ask. Then this will be obviously a short answer question. Or if you want, we can put it A plus, B plus like that. We can make it as a multiple choice question also. And one can also ask year of accreditation or year of accreditation. And one can also ask here, this will make it as short answer. And one can also ask for next due, when we have due, when that college has due. Okay, due for next accreditation. Okay, so like this we can create different questions depending on how we require, how we want to collect the data. So it is all about form the questions, how you require data, and type these all questions. So we have typed all these questions, and there is a one extra option here, especially when you are collecting large number of information. Then we can organize these questions in proper way using sections. So if you go here, there is a, for every question you can see that add section. These two horizontal lines are there. So if we, for example, after this I want date of establishment type of, after this I want section, so you click on this section. Okay, so after this one we want, after this question we want section, so click on this add section. So this will be created untitled section. So here we can give principal information. So this whatever section we have, it is about name of the principal, email address, phone number. So this related to the principal of that college. And then next one we are going to programs. So after this question, again click section and give the title programs information. Okay. So that the questions, whatever it comes under here, they are related to programs. So that we are able to, we are organizing it in proper way. Then after this, total number of students. So that is related to students information. So we write here, give name as students information. Okay. Similarly, next one is, for example, here is about teachers. So we give name as teachers information. Okay. In this way, we can classify our different questions into sections, because this is related to NAAC. So we click on this section, go to NAAC related information. Okay. Related information. So that we have classified or categorized our data into 6 different sections. This is basic college information and principal information, programs offered, students, teachers, and NAAC related information. In this way, one can add whatever required information. In this way, one can prepare all the questions. So assume that we have prepared these questions. Now what is next step is, before sending this form to somebody, it is always good to have a preview of what we have typed. So for that, you can go to here, there is a, on the top, there is a preview on, like just like I symbol. So click on preview. Once we click on preview, then it will, this is how any college look, you see the form in this way. So name of the college, for example, I'll write Science College. I'm going to give here some dummy information. Address, okay, so abc@gmail.com. Okay. Then date of establishment. So you can select here some date of establishment. For example, 1/1/2000. Then type of affiliation of that college, it is permanent. Okay, or I will select temporary. Then after selecting this, click on next. Okay. So if you select next, then it will ask for principal information. Okay. So Dr. XYZ and his email address, gmail.com, her institution address, phone number. Okay. Then next. It asks for now programs offered. So if that college has UG as well as PG and some certificate course, select them. Total number of programs offered during this current academic year, suppose 60. Then total number of students enrolled this one, for example, 5,000. Among that, 3,000 female and 2,000 are male students. Okay, this is about their students information of that college, right? Then teachers information. They have all 3 type of teachers, and totally, suppose assume that they have some 145 teachers. Next. And whether NAAC accredited, yes. And what is the grade? Suppose I write A here, and 2014 we have, they have received. And next due date is, suppose I say here 1/1/2020. Okay. Just something, but and then we are submitted. We have, as a college, Science College, has submitted their information, and if necessary, they can submit another or they can edit. That we'll see during settings how we can do that. Now you close this. Now you can see here this response. So while, if you remember, while filling the questions, we didn't find anywhere any difficulties or any questions wrong or such thing. So if at all any wrong is there, before sending, we can correct those questions here. Okay? Because somebody has submitted that form, we can check here the response of that particular college, what they have filled, all those things, right? If here some 10 colleges submitted, then 10 colleges summary we can see it, and each individual college reference also, details also we can see by clicking this. Okay? And there is an also option here, accepting responses. So if you disable this, then even they have Google form link, they cannot submit. If we enable it, then they can submit. So this is the way we can restrict responses or accept responses. Right? Now, if you see this plus symbol, create spreadsheet. So if we click on this create spreadsheet, whatever data we have collected to Google form, that will be converted in the form of Excel sheets, namely Google spreadsheet that we can download. Let's suppose click on this one. It asks for create a new spreadsheet or select existing spreadsheet. We create a new sheet, just click on create. Then it will create and open that sheet. You can see that whatever questions we have asked, all those things are in column and the answers of the colleges are here. For example, assume that 400 people have submitted this form, then all the 400 colleges information is available at one click. And you can always save that one, go to file, and you can download using different formats. You can download as a PDF file, you can download as an Excel sheet, comma separated values. In many ways you can download. And these are all available options. This is just like an Excel sheet which we see offline, but this is an online Google sheet, right? Let's go back to our discussion. So what are all we have learned so far or seen so far? We have created a form. We have added different types of questions. Then we have previewed the questions which we have typed. And as a demo, we have submitted one response and we have seen those responses from this tab. And we have exported that data to Excel sheet so that we can save it our purpose. Right? Now, there are some settings one can give for this Google form before sending to somebody. And that can be found here, this setting symbol. Click on that setting symbol. In this general, if you say collect email addresses, then the first question will be email address. So that, and that will be proper email address. If there is no @ symbol, if there are some spaces, it will say error. So it is always good to enable this option, collect email address, so that we get most of the time proper email addresses. Then if we click on limit to one response, so per user only one time they can submit, and it is always advised to select this limit to one response, but we can give option for edit after submit. So they will submit only one time, but they can edit the data if they found anything wrong while submitting. Okay. This is the way you can save these details, and we are now ready. Our form is ready. We have customized it. Of course, you can customize your theme. There are small themes are there. So if you click on this, there you can see that header, you can select a image. For example, I'll select some image quickly. Let's select this image and insert it so that you will have a header for you can see this is a header, right? Then you can select whichever color you want for this your theme, and style. These three options are there for your theme. Accordingly, one can select it. So we have customized it. We have previewed our Google form. Then we are now ready to send. So click on this send button. Once we click on this send button, then there are many ways to send the form, Google form. One way is you can enter the email address, whomever we want to send here. Or the other alternate way is here. Click this link. If you click on this link, the link will be generated. You can copy this link. Usually it is a long one. So what you do is you click on shorten URL. So this URL will be shortened. Then you copy this. If you copy this, it will be copied to clipboard. You can paste it in anywhere. For example, I paste here on browser. You can see that if I paste here, then I am ready to submit my information. So if you pass this information, this link to colleges, while clicking that link, they can provide their data, right? This much easily one can provide Google form link to any college by sharing this link. And whoever, if you click on this embedded HTML, this is for example, you have your university website. In the website itself, you want to put this form, not separate as a Google form, even though it is Google form. But when you click on that link from your website itself, details will be asked. That means just we are embedding our Google form into the user website. So for that, they will give this embedded HTML code. So whoever know about HTML web design and all, they easily understand this, but this is only optional. Usually Google form, we share it using Click on this link, shorten URL, copy and share it. You can share by mail, you can share by WhatsApp, anywhere you can share it. Right? This is the way we can create it, and we can send to the concerned persons. We can collect the data. After collecting data, you can go to responses. Whoever filled this data, we can see their information here. And individually also we can see what type of questions. Based on questions also we can see it, and overall summary also we can see it. If there are more responses are there, this makes more sense. And you can always export your data whatever collected using this spreadsheet. This is the information about creating Google form and analyzing the responses received from different persons. Okay. Thank you.